It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the spotlight is on George Kittle. Big plays follow him around. He comes in second in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the 49ers and the Seahawks on Thursday night primetime.
As the weekend approaches, let's settle in and end the week right, son, with an outstanding Thursday night contest here with the NFL on EA Sports. Hey, football fans, glad to have you all with us early in this NFL season. It's Kate Scott and Brock Heward with you, and we've got a couple of teams here, Brock, on much different trajectories here early in the opening third of this calendar.
But we're a part of the season, and you know this, partner. The records could still be deceiving, right? So don't look at that win-loss column and immediately say this one's a landslide. Some teams start a little slow before they surge. Some start fast, have some injuries, and you know what happens over a long season. But that picture, it's going to become a little more clear today.
Michael Dixon with the honor of getting us started. And away we go from Lumen Field. He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. And bringing them out, a tireless worker since being drafted out of Tennessee back in 2017, Joshua Dobbs.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
Get the fullback involved here. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a 49er first down. Here's Dobbs now. Dumped off to his running back. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down by Reek Woolen.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Back now, pressure on its way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Running back sent in motion left. After the sack, another pass on second down. Reeled in by George Kittle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Another carry for him. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. First and goal. Mason will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line. It's 2nd and goal. Motioning left is their running back. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, Dobbs. Chase step, and the ground game works for the touchdown. The 49ers finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. They'll be led out by the 12th-year pro from West Virginia, Geno Smith.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
Here we go, here we go.
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he found some running room for a nice gain. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Second and 3 now.
Here we go.
Running with Walker again. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Ready.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Brought in right side. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Here we go, Simon.
This is Walker on second. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Free play here. Let's see what he does. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Offside, defense.
Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty.
Here we go.
Smith on 1st down. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
Back to the air, it's Smith. Taking his shot, deep down the field it goes. And that won't be brought in, but I love the deep shot there. Some excitement for us on our final play of the opening quarter. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. 7-0 is our score. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They'll need a big play to continue a nice drive. It's third and very long. Complete beyond the marker. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go, hey.
They go play action. Here's Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks finish off their opening drive. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks start off well to tie things 7-7. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The 49ers and Joshua Dobbs headed back on offense. And he's been more than just his work as a passer this season. Look at this. He's gotten the job done on the ground as well. Second among NFL quarterbacks in rushing yards. Back to throw. Dobbs. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Now it's Dobbs. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Dobbs buys time, rolling right. Finds his target, Mason. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Offense.
Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he's short of the 1st after a mile gain.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
He connects downfield on 4. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Now we have a timeout for the injured player, and it's somebody they can scarce afford to lose. Deebo Samuel, the one being checked on. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets this down to the 22 before being stopped. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Buying some time right. He's on the move. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Mason. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now 2nd and goal. They'll hand it to him again. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The 49ers take a 2nd quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
On is Moody for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. With some good starting field position from the 30. The Seahawks and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he'll get it up to the 44. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, be able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Smith and Jigba there to grab it. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap to Smith. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And oh, he got it. Interception. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play.
Red zone defense, it is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away, that is a gold star effort by the defense.
The 49ers and this running back headed back out for a new series. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. To the air, Dobbs. On the move, headed right. He's got a gain of 6 there. Oye Mafe bringing that play to a halt.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB. And it gave him just enough room to run.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
He's on the move. He can run it. And he'll get it up to the 44. So that's halftime here in this one. The 49ers on the road, but currently with the lead. Now from the extreme northwest to the extreme southeast, we're going to head down to Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report with our buddy Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. A number of great games coming up this weekend, starting with the second of the 3 London games this year, the Jags and Bears from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. In the late afternoon games, all eyes will be on Las Vegas, a glitzy matchup there, where it'll be the Raiders taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And finally, on Monday Night Football, we wrap up Week 6 with Bills-Jets in the AFC East from MetLife Stadium. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Ewer. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott
Here's
and Brock
now
Ewer.
to handle the kickoff. Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. So as we get set to begin the third quarter, it's the Seattle offense who's going to be out there first. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. 1 touchdown and 1 interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, you got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
Walker on first down. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Brought down by Fred Warner. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
At the 46-yard line. Hey, we go, Salon!
From the gun, Smith. Metcalf there to bring it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. This is ahead for about 5. Brought down by Fred Warner.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Throwing the out route complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Myers gets the point after the go. And the Seahawks tie things up at 14. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The 49ers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And his touchdown, another one for him this season as he continues to sit among the NFL's best at punching it in himself this year. He tucks it and takes off. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Oye Mafe bringing that play to a halt. Running back sent in motion. 2nd and 6 now. Forced out to his right. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. Here's Dobbs. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. The shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know, Kate. I think maybe they were only expecting to get a couple yards when they call the fullback's number. Not only will they take it, they might give him the rock again.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Here's Dobbs now. Pearsall there to grab it. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even two defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
To the sideline, catch secured. Wow, he made that one look easy for the first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he carries it in for the touchdown. The 49ers grab the lead on their first series of the half. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Seahawks back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. They've got first down from the takeover, down 21-14. First play of the drive, here's Walker. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
On the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and
A play fake, now Smith to throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And that pushes them back, third down coming up.
a 7-yard loss. Brings up third down.
Looking to throw, Smith. And he's dropped. They got there for the sack. And that brings us to the end of this third quarter. We've reached the end of the third quarter on this Thursday night. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. Fourth down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they're going to take over possession. Ball at the 33 for first down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up second and 3. They give it to him again. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. New set of downs for him from the 46. Looking to throw, Dobbs. Able to hit Mason, complete. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Kittle brings it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's a 49er first down. Give now to the running back. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Mason there to haul it in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Chased out to his right. He'll make a big for it on the ground. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
He'll throw it. He finds him beyond the marker. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing his Dobbs. That one's incomplete in the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And it sets up second down.
Let's go now.
Back to throw, Dobbs. Buys time, rolling right. This one's caught. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Running back sent in motion. Looking to throw. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. 49ers leading by 7. Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Back to throw it. And it falls incomplete. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll give up the gut to Walker. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
And this one doesn't go far. Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. 3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Now to throw. He connects downfield on 4. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. In the 11th hour, now a point after try to tie this game. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The visitors returning their offense, and this running back to the field. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones, continuing to hit this defense. More good numbers well into this second half. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Headed out right. He's keeping it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. When we bring this game to a close, Brock, I think one of the stories we're all going to be talking about is the type of showing this guy's had, not spinning the ball, but running it.
It's been just gritty. It's been determined, kid. It's been tough. When they needed a play, he's dug deep and he's
got it inside the 25. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. Well, Brock, 4 quarters, couldn't decide a winner. And now we're set up for an exciting conclusion to this contest. Overtime is coming up next. All right, so in overtime, Brock, we could see 1 possession or we could see 3+. If the team who gets it first scores, the game ends then and there. A field goal or less, and we play on, and their opponents get a chance to respond. And if we're still tied after those first 2 possessions, this soccer chick likes this. It's golden goal football, Brock. The next score would win. From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. And they fought hard, not just against their opponents on the field, Brock, but the tens of thousands of opponents in the stands. And it's led him to a chance to now silence everybody here in overtime. Finds his target, Mason. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. From the 29. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. To the air, Dobbs. Escapes the pocket. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
Okay, ready? Let's go. Go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Into the hands of Kittle. It's a gain of 22. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know it from the position of the quarterback, Kate. Sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. They kick the running back in motion. They'll throw on 3rd and long. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Dobbs. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now an inside give to Walker. Room to work at the 35. And he'll finally be taken down right along the 40. They'll come up 1st and 10. Staying with Walker. And this one does not go far. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Running with Walker again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their 1st.
Here we go.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. They get 22 on that one. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down. Hand off to Walker from the gun. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
They go with Walker here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. To throw. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
The kick is good. He got it. And they've taken back the lead.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
So several thousand 12th men and women cheering as the Seahawks win at home. And they only needed a field goal to end it as their guy connected on an absolute bomb through all the pressure to claim a heck of a win here in overtime. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Seahawks winners as we say so long from Seattle.